Hey, what's up, everybody? This next song we're going to play is going to be Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Old song, very, very, very cool song. Kind of a tearjerker for most, but a really, really cool song to learn how to play. The tuning, however, is weird and crazy. It's B, D, 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 D. So you're low, like a brr. That's what we're going to call that tuning from now on. So go ahead and tune your guitar down. Your high E or your low E is going to be very low. Your next string down, the A string, is going to be D. I used my D string to tune all of the other strings to D. Everything else is D. Third one doesn't change. That one stays the same in standard D, standard tuning D. Next string down, a D. Next string down is a D. And the next string down is a D. Open, it sounds. Okay, so at the beginning of the song, you're gonna have your these two, your pinky and your ring finger, are gonna be on the A string and D string 12th fret. And you're gonna put your middle finger on the D string 11th fret, because you're gonna go back and forth from here. Okay, so pretty much just if you hit them like this, just those two, it sounds very almost off tune. But when you hit your B string open, it sounds like it's supposed to be. So then down to the 5th fret, same shape. You don't want to hit the B string too hard, because number one, it'll throw your guitar out of tune, and it'll hit your it'll hit your frets way too hard. It'll give you that nasty buzz. So you want to kind of be delicate with it, but at the same time give it a nice twice, and then you go off into the I guess the verse. So the verse is going to be, you're just going to leave everything open except for the B string, your E string. So you're just going to start off at 3 to 5, 3 to 5 to 8, 12, 10, 8. And you can also play it like this too. You can also do the same verse. You can play it with 3, 5, 8, open, 10, 8. Sounds good both ways. You can always use both of them at the same, switch them off or however you want to do it. But as you hit those, as you hit that low E string with 3, 5, 8, 12, 10, 8, you want to make sure you lightly kind of give those last strings a nice little jingle. You don't have to crank them. I mean, you can, but it already sounds so clean, nice and light. You want to give it that really light feel for the very beginning, for the build up. You want to, when you go to build that song up, everything is like nice and just nice and soft. Oh, sorry. So that's the verse and the pretty much the verse and the chorus. You have, and then it breaks off into that. You're going to use the same shape you used here on the A and D string, but you're going to move everything back string. So you're going to, instead of being on the A and the D, you're going to be on the D and the G. Where you're down here, you can keep your pinky off and go. And so that's pretty much it. The actual verses themselves, it'll play verse. It'll do this through the first verse. That's the verse, and then after it does that, then it breaks off into that. which is I think is like 4. He does 4. He does that 4 times, and then he breaks back off into the. So that's pretty much it. Great song. That song right there is just one of the most beautiful ballads of all times. Hands up to the Goo Goo Dolls. You learn how to play that in that tuning, and if you can tune your guitar to that tuning without using a tuner, it makes it so much easier. Remember to use your D string that never changes to tune everything else except for your B. When you do your B, find a B somewhere like right here. And tune it to that. Just drop it way down. Yeah. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe. Live free. I'll see you guys soon.